It was a typical Tuesday afternoon when young Michael boarded the crowded bus on his way home from school. At just 12 years old, he was a tall, lanky boy with a kind heart and a keen sense of respect instilled in him by his parents. The city bus was always bustling with people, especially during rush hour. Today was no different. Michael scanned the bus for an empty seat but found none. He clutched his backpack tightly, maneuvering through the sea of passengers. As the bus jerked forward, he almost lost his balance but managed to steady himself by grabbing a nearby pole. He sighed, resigning himself to standing for the duration of the journey. Just then, Michael noticed an elderly lady boarding the bus. She had snow-white hair neatly tied in a bun and wore a gentle yet weary expression. Her frail hands clutched a small purse, and her movements were slow and deliberate. Michael's heart went out to her instantly. He had been taught to always offer his seat to those who needed it more, and this lady clearly did. "Ma'am, you can have my seat," Michael said, his voice polite and sincere. He gestured towards the seat he was about to occupy before spotting her. The elderly lady looked at him with a mixture of surprise and gratitude. "Oh, thank you, young man," she replied, her voice soft but warm. She carefully made her way to the seat, and Michael helped her steady herself as she sat down. As the bus continued its bumpy journey through the city, Michael stood nearby, holding on to the overhead railing. He noticed the elderly lady glance at him occasionally, a thoughtful expression on her face. He smiled at her, and she smiled back, a silent exchange of kindness and respect. Minutes turned into miles, and the bus made several stops, with passengers getting on and off. Michael found himself lost in his thoughts, thinking about the homework he needed to finish and the soccer practice he had later. He didn't notice when the elderly lady started rummaging through her purse. "Excuse me, young man," she said suddenly, breaking Michael's train of thought. He turned to look at her, slightly puzzled. "Yes, ma'am," he responded. "I want to give you something," she said, pulling out a small piece of paper. She handed it to him with a trembling hand. Michael took the note, curious and a bit confused. "Thank you," he said, not quite sure what to make of it. The lady smiled at him again, this time with a hint of mystery in her eyes. As Michael unfolded the note, he felt a strange sense of anticipation. The handwriting was neat and elegant, clearly written with care. The message inside, however, left him speechless. The note read, "Your kindness has not gone unnoticed. The world needs more people like you. Because of your simple act, something wonderful is about to happen in your life. Be ready." Michael's heart skipped a beat as he reread the note. He looked up to thank the lady, but to his astonishment, she was gone. He hadn't even noticed her leave. Bewildered, he looked around the bus, but there was no sign of her. It was as if she had vanished into thin air. Clutching the note tightly, Michael felt a rush of emotions. What could this possibly mean? He wondered if it was some sort of prank or a profound message from a stranger who saw something special in him. Either way, he couldn't shake off the feeling that his life was about to change in ways he couldn't yet comprehend. The bus finally reached his stop, and Michael got off, still deep in thought. He walked home, the note burning a hole in his pocket and his mind racing with questions. As he approached his house, he couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement and nervousness. What did the note mean by something wonderful? And why did it feel like it was more than just a kind gesture? Michael entered his home, greeted by the familiar sounds of his mother cooking in the kitchen and his younger sister playing in the living room. He greeted them absently, his mind still preoccupied with the mysterious note. He made his way to his room and sat on his bed, unfolding the note once more. He read the words again and again, hoping to find some hidden clue or deeper meaning. Little did Michael know this small act of kindness was the beginning of an extraordinary journey. A journey that would test his courage, his values, and ultimately change his life forever. As he lay down that night, the note clutched in his hand, he felt a strange sense of anticipation. Tomorrow would be a new day, and with it perhaps a new beginning. The next morning, Michael woke up with a sense of purpose. The note from the elderly lady was still fresh in his mind. He got ready for school quickly, eager to see if anything out of the ordinary would happen. As he walked to school, he kept his eyes open, looking for any signs or clues that might explain the note. The school day passed uneventfully, but Michael couldn't shake the feeling that something was about to change. During lunch, he sat with his friends, but his mind was elsewhere. He kept glancing at his backpack where he had tucked the note away safely. "Hey, Michael, you okay?" his friend Jake asked, noticing his distraction. "Yeah, just thinking about something," Michael replied, forcing a smile. He decided not to share the note with anyone just yet. It felt too personal and special. After school, Michael headed to soccer practice. He was part of the school's junior team and loved playing. It was a great way to unwind and have fun with his friends. As he was warming up, the coach approached him with a serious expression. "Michael, can I talk to you for a minute?" Coach Stevens asked. Michael nodded and followed him to the side of the field. He felt a pang of anxiety, wondering if he had done something wrong. "Michael, I received a call this morning from a scout at the local soccer academy. They're holding tryouts next week, and they specifically asked for you to attend," Coach Stevens said, his face breaking into a smile. Michael's eyes widened in surprise. "Me? But why?" "The scouts saw you play at the last tournament. They were impressed with your skills and teamwork. This is a huge opportunity, Michael. The academy has produced some of the best players in the state," Coach Stevens explained. Michael felt a rush of excitement and disbelief. Was this the wonderful thing the note had hinted at? It seemed too good to be true. He thanked Coach Stevens and rejoined his teammates, his heart racing with anticipation. That evening, Michael told his parents about the invitation. They were thrilled and proud, encouraging him to give it his best shot. His mother, always supportive, helped him prepare for the tryouts, making sure he had everything he needed. The days leading up to the tryouts were a whirlwind of practice and preparation. Michael worked harder than ever, determined to make the most of this opportunity. He carried the note with him everywhere, finding inspiration in its words. Finally, the day of the tryouts arrived. Michael was nervous but ready. He walked onto the field with confidence, knowing he had given his all in preparation. The tryouts were intense, with many talented players vying for a spot at the academy. Michael played his heart out, showcasing his skills and teamwork. As the tryouts concluded, the scout gathered everyone together. Michael's heart pounded in his chest as he waited for the results. "We were impressed with many of you today, but a few stood out. Michael, we would like to offer you a place at the academy," the scout announced. Michael felt a wave of relief and joy wash over him. He had done it. The mysterious note had led him to this incredible opportunity. As he accepted the offer, he thought about the elderly lady on the bus and her words of encouragement. Her simple note had given him the motivation to believe in himself and seize this chance. As Michael walked home that evening, he felt a sense of gratitude and excitement for the future. The journey ahead was unknown, but he was ready to face it with courage and determination. The act of kindness he had shown that day on the bus had indeed changed everything, setting him on a path towards greatness. And so, Michael's adventure began, filled with hope and promise, all thanks to a small act of kindness and a note that reminded him of the power of believing in oneself. The following weeks at the soccer academy were both exhilarating and challenging for Michael. He was surrounded by talented players, each pushing him to improve and grow. The rigorous training sessions and the competitive environment brought out the best in him. He was determined to prove himself and make his family proud. One afternoon, after an intense practice, Michael was approached by a fellow academy player, a girl named Sophia. She was known for her exceptional skills and strategic mind on the field. Despite her tough exterior, Michael had noticed her kindness and willingness to help others. "Hey, Michael, great game today," Sophia said, her voice friendly but direct. "Thanks, Sophia. You were amazing out there," Michael replied, genuinely impressed by her performance. "Listen, I've been watching you play. You've got potential, but you need to work on your positioning and anticipation. I can help you with that if you're interested," she offered. Michael was taken aback by her offer. He knew how valuable her guidance could be. "I'd really appreciate that, Sophia. Thanks a lot." From that day on, Sophia and Michael started training together. She taught him how to read the game better, anticipate his opponent's moves, and position himself more effectively. Their training sessions were intense but incredibly rewarding. Michael's game improved significantly, and he felt more confident than ever. One evening, after a particularly grueling practice, Michael and Sophia sat on the bleachers catching their breath. The sun was setting, casting a golden glow over the field. "Why did you decide to help me?" Michael asked, curious about her motivations. Sophia looked thoughtful for a moment. "I know what it's like to feel like you have to prove yourself. When I first joined the academy, I struggled a lot. Someone helped me, and now it's my turn to pass it on. Besides, you've got heart, Michael. You remind me of why I love this game." Michael smiled, feeling a deep sense of gratitude. He realized that kindness and support were powerful forces that could lift people up and help them achieve their dreams. As the season progressed, Michael's hard work and Sophia's mentorship paid off. He became a key player for the Academy's team, known for his quick thinking and strategic plays. The team's bond grew stronger, and they started winning more matches, gaining recognition and respect. One day, as Michael was preparing for an important game, he received a letter. It was from the elderly lady he had given his seat to on the bus. He opened it eagerly, curious about what she had to say. "Dear Michael, I'm delighted to hear about your achievements at the soccer academy. Your kindness and determination are inspiring. Remember, the true measure of success is not just in your victories on the field, but in the person you become and the positive impact you have on others. Keep believing in yourself and never lose sight of what matters most. Warm regards, Mrs. Thompson." Michael felt a surge of emotion as he read the letter. Mrs. Thompson's words resonated deeply with him. He realized that the journey he was on was about more than just soccer. It was about growing as a person and helping others along the way. With renewed determination, Michael went into the game that evening, ready to give his all. The team played their hearts out, and their hard work paid off with a spectacular victory. As they celebrated, Michael looked around at his teammates, feeling a sense of pride and camaraderie. He knew that this was just the beginning of his journey. With the support of friends like Sophia and the encouragement from Mrs. Thompson, he was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Michael had learned that kindness, hard work, and believing in oneself could truly change everything. As the season progressed, Michael continued to excel at the academy, his skills and confidence growing with each game. He was now a central figure in the team, and his leadership on and off the field was beginning to shine. However, life has a way of throwing curveballs when least expected. One crisp autumn morning, Michael received a call from his father while he was getting ready for practice. The tone in his father's voice was serious, and Michael could sense that something was wrong. "Michael, your mother has been in an accident," his father said, his voice shaky. "She's in the hospital. It's serious, but she's stable for now." Michael felt the world around him collapse. His mother was his biggest supporter, always cheering him on from the sidelines. He quickly packed a bag and rushed to the hospital with his father. At the hospital, Michael found his mother lying in a hospital bed, looking pale but conscious. She managed a weak smile when she saw him. "Hey, champ," she said softly. "Mom, I'm so sorry," Michael said, tears welling up in his eyes as he took her hand. "Don't worry about me, Michael. I'm going to be okay. Focus on your game and your dreams," she said, her voice filled with determination. Despite his mother's reassurances, Michael found it hard to concentrate on soccer. He spent every free moment at the hospital, helping his father and making sure his sister was okay. His grades started slipping, and he felt overwhelmed by the weight of everything. One evening, as Michael sat by his mother's bedside, she reached out and touched his cheek. "Michael, you have to keep going. Don't let this stop you. I believe in you." Her words hit him hard. He knew she was right, but it was easier said than done. He needed help, and that's when he thought of Sophia. She had been a great mentor on the field, and maybe she could help him off the field as well. The next day, Michael confided in Sophia about his mother's accident and how he was struggling to balance everything. Sophia listened intently, her eyes filled with concern. "Michael, you don't have to do this alone. We're a team, remember? Let me help you," she said. Together, they devised a plan to manage his time better. Sophia helped him with his schoolwork, and they scheduled extra practice sessions to ensure he didn't fall behind. She also encouraged him to talk to the academy's counselor, who provided additional support and resources. Gradually, things started to improve. Michael found a rhythm, balancing his responsibilities while still excelling at soccer. His mother's condition stabilized, and her progress, though slow, was steady. She continued to motivate him, reminding him of the importance of perseverance and hope. One evening, after a particularly good practice session, Michael received another letter. This time it was from the soccer academy's director. With a mixture of excitement and nervousness, he opened it. "Dear Michael, we have been impressed by your resilience and leadership during these challenging times. Your dedication and spirit are exactly what we value at our academy. We are pleased to inform you that you have been selected to join the regional team for the upcoming championship. Congratulations and keep up the excellent work. Best regards, Coach Carter." Michael's heart swelled with pride and gratitude. This opportunity was a testament to his hard work and the unwavering support of those around him. He rushed to the hospital to share the news with his mother, who beamed with pride. "I knew you could do it, Michael. This is just the beginning. Keep chasing your dreams," she said, her eyes shining with love and encouragement. As Michael prepared for the championship, he felt a renewed sense of purpose. He had faced hardships but emerged stronger with the support of his family and friends. The lessons he had learned about resilience, teamwork, and kindness would guide him on this new path. Michael knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, he was ready to face them, confident in his abilities and the strength of the bonds he had forged. This was his journey, and he was determined to make the most of every moment. The days leading up to the regional championship were filled with intense training and preparation. Michael's selection for the team had given him a newfound sense of determination. He trained harder than ever, knowing this was his chance to shine on a bigger stage. The day of the championship arrived, bringing with it a mix of excitement and nerves. The stadium buzzed with energy as teams from different regions gathered, each hoping to claim the title. Michael's team huddled together, their coach giving a final pep talk before the game. "Remember why you're here," Coach Carter said. "It's not just about winning. It's about playing with heart, supporting each other, and giving it your all. Go out there and show them what you're made of." As the whistle blew, the game began with an intensity that electrified the air. Michael's team played cohesively, each member contributing their best. Michael found himself in the thick of the action, his mind sharp and his movements precise. He remembered his mother's words, his friends' support, and the mysterious note that had started it all. The first half ended in a tie, both teams showing remarkable skill and determination. During the break, Michael took a moment to reflect. He knew this was the moment to push beyond his limits. He looked at his teammates, who were equally focused and ready to give their all. The second half was a blur of action. Michael played with a level of intensity he had never reached before. His teammates fed off his energy, and the team seemed almost unstoppable. With just minutes left on the clock, the score was still tied, and tensions were high. Then, an opportunity arose. Michael saw a clear path to the goal. With a burst of speed, he maneuvered past the defenders, his eyes locked on the target. He took the shot, and time seemed to slow as the ball sailed through the air. The stadium erupted in cheers as the ball hit the back of the net. Michael had scored the winning goal. The final whistle blew, and Michael's team erupted in celebration. They had done it. They were the regional champions. As his teammates lifted him onto their shoulders, Michael felt a surge of joy and pride. He looked up at the stands where his father and sister were cheering loudly. His mother, still in the hospital, had promised to watch the game on a live stream. After the celebrations, Michael's thoughts turned to his mother. He couldn't wait to share the victory with her. He hurried to the hospital, still in his soccer gear, and burst into his mother's room. Her face lit up with a smile as he told her about the game. "We won, Mom! We're the champions!" Michael said, his voice filled with emotion. "I knew you would, Michael. I'm so proud of you," his mother replied, her eyes brimming with tears of joy. That night, as Michael lay in bed, he thought about the journey that had brought him here. It had been filled with challenges, but each one had made him stronger. He had learned the value of kindness, hard work, and perseverance. He had discovered the power of believing in oneself and the importance of supporting others. Michael knew that this championship was just the beginning. He had big dreams and a bright future ahead of him. With the support of his family, friends, and mentors like Sophia, he was ready to take on whatever came next. As he drifted off to sleep, Michael felt a deep sense of gratitude. He knew that life would always have its ups and downs, but he was confident in his ability to navigate them. He was ready to face the future, armed with the lessons he had learned and the love and support of those around him. And so, Michael's journey continued, filled with promise and potential. He had discovered that with kindness, determination, and the belief in something greater, anything was possible. With the regional championship victory under his belt, Michael's life took on a new rhythm. The recognition he received opened doors to opportunities he had never imagined. College scouts started attending his games, and he was invited to participate in elite training camps. One afternoon, as Michael was reviewing his college applications, his phone rang. It was an unfamiliar number. He answered cautiously. "Hello, is this Michael?" a professional voice inquired. "Yes, this is Michael," he replied, curious. "This is Coach Reynolds from the National Youth Soccer Program. We've been following your progress and would like to invite you to join our national training camp this summer. It's a chance to train with the best and potentially secure a spot on the national youth team." Michael's heart raced. The national youth team was a dream come true. He thanked Coach Reynolds and immediately shared the news with his family. His mother, now recovering well, beamed with pride. The summer training camp was intense but incredibly rewarding. Michael met talented players from across the country, each one pushing him to be better. He formed close bonds with his new teammates, learning from their diverse experiences and backgrounds. One evening, after a grueling day of training, Michael sat by the campfire with his teammates. They shared stories and dreams, the camaraderie palpable. Among them was Javier, a skilled midfielder from California, and Emma, a fierce defender from New York. "We're all here because we love the game," Javier said, poking the fire with a stick. "But it's more than that. It's about what we can achieve together." Emma nodded. "It's about inspiring others and making a difference. We have the platform to do something meaningful." Michael reflected on their words, realizing that his journey was not just about personal success. It was about the impact he could have on others, just as Mrs. Thompson's note had impacted him. He decided then that he would use his platform to promote kindness and support young athletes in need. As the camp progressed, Michael's skills and leadership shone brightly. On the final day, Coach Reynolds gathered the players for an announcement. "You've all shown incredible talent and heart," he began. "We've selected the squad for the national youth team, and I'm proud to announce that Michael is among those chosen." The cheers and congratulations from his teammates were overwhelming. Michael felt a deep sense of accomplishment and gratitude. He called his family immediately, sharing the joyous news. Returning home, Michael didn't forget his promise to himself. He started a community soccer program, offering free training sessions and mentoring to young kids in his neighborhood. Sophia joined him in this endeavor, bringing her expertise and enthusiasm. The program quickly gained popularity, with dozens of kids attending each session. Michael's story of kindness and perseverance inspired them, and he found great joy in helping them develop their skills and confidence. One evening, as Michael wrapped up a training session, he noticed a familiar figure standing by the sidelines. It was Mrs. Thompson, the elderly lady who had given him the life-changing note. "Mrs. Thompson!" Michael exclaimed, rushing over to her. "I can't thank you enough for what you did." She smiled warmly. "I'm so proud of you, Michael. You've become a remarkable young man. Your kindness and hard work have brought you far, but it's your heart that truly sets you apart." Michael felt tears welling up. "Your note changed everything for me. It made me believe in myself and see the importance of helping others." Mrs. Thompson nodded. "That's the true reward of kindness. It creates ripples that touch countless lives." As they stood there watching the kids play, Michael felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He had achieved his dreams and found a way to give back. His journey had come full circle, and he knew there were many more adventures ahead. With the support of his family, friends, and the community, Michael was ready to face whatever the future held. He had learned that the true measure of success was not just in personal achievements, but in the positive impact one could have on the world. And so, Michael's story continued, filled with promise, purpose, and the enduring power of kindness. As Michael's community soccer program flourished, his influence grew beyond his neighborhood. His story of kindness and perseverance caught the attention of local media, and soon he was invited to speak at schools and youth organizations about his journey. His message resonated with many, the importance of kindness, hard work, and believing in oneself. One day, while preparing for a talk at a nearby high school, Michael received an unexpected email. It was from a major sports foundation, inviting him to join their new initiative aimed at promoting sports and education in underprivileged communities nationwide. The foundation wanted Michael to be a youth ambassador, traveling to different cities and inspiring young athletes. Michael was thrilled. This was an incredible opportunity to expand his impact. He discussed it with his family and Sophia, who all encouraged him to take on this new challenge. His first trip as a youth ambassador took him to a small town in the Midwest. The local community center was in dire need of resources and support. Michael spent the week organizing soccer clinics, mentoring sessions, and motivational talks. The kids were eager to learn and excited to have someone believe in their potential. One evening, after a long day of activities, Michael was approached by a young boy named Leo. He had a shy demeanor but a determined look in his eyes. "Mr. Michael, can I talk to you?" Leo asked hesitantly. "Of course, Leo. What's on your mind?" Michael replied, kneeling to Leo's level. "I love soccer, but my family can't afford to buy me proper gear. I want to be a great player like you, but it's hard," Leo confessed. Michael felt a pang of empathy. He remembered the challenges he had faced and the support that had made all the difference. "Leo, greatness comes from your heart and hard work. Gear is important, but your passion is what truly matters. Let's see how we can help you." The next day, Michael contacted the Sports Foundation and arranged for donations of soccer gear and equipment for the community center. He also started a scholarship fund for young athletes like Leo, ensuring they had the resources to pursue their dreams. As Michael continued his ambassador journey, he saw the transformative power of sports and mentorship. Each town he visited had its own challenges, but the common thread was the potential in every child he met. He encouraged them to believe in themselves and support each other, creating a ripple effect of positivity. Months later, Michael returned home, his heart full from the experiences he had gained. The community soccer program he had started was thriving, with Sophia leading it in his absence. He felt a deep sense of pride in what they had achieved together. One evening, while reflecting on his journey, Michael received a call from Coach Carter. "Michael, I've been following your work. It's incredible what you're doing. The national team is having a special match next month, and we'd like to honor you at halftime for your contributions on and off the field." Michael was humbled and honored. The match day arrived, and as he stood on the field, surrounded by cheering fans and young athletes he had inspired, he realized the profound impact of his journey. The recognition was not just for his athletic achievements, but for the lives he had touched along the way. As the ceremony concluded, Michael took the microphone, addressing the crowd. "I'm here today because of the kindness and support I received from others. We all have the power to make a difference. Let's continue to lift each other up and create a better world through kindness and perseverance." The crowd erupted in applause, and Michael felt a sense of fulfillment. His journey was far from over, but he was ready for whatever came next, knowing that with kindness, hard work, and the belief in the potential of others, anything was possible. With the recognition at the national team match, Michael's story gained even more attention. Offers for speaking engagements, collaborations, and sponsorships poured in. However, Michael remained grounded, focusing on his mission to use soccer as a vehicle for positive change. One day, he received a call from an international charity organization, Global Sports for Good. They were impressed by his work and invited him to join a project aimed at promoting sports and education in developing countries. Michael saw this as an opportunity to expand his impact globally. His first trip with Global Sports for Good took him to a small village in Kenya. The village had limited resources, but the children's enthusiasm for soccer was boundless. Michael spent his days coaching, organizing games, and connecting with the community. One afternoon, after a spirited match, Michael sat with a group of children under a large acacia tree. Among them was Amina, a bright and curious girl with dreams of becoming a teacher. "Michael, how did you become a soccer star?" Amina asked, her eyes wide with curiosity. Michael smiled. It started with a small act of kindness. I gave up my seat for an elderly lady and she gave me a note that changed my life. It taught me the power of believing in myself and helping others. Amina listened intently. I want to help others too, but can soccer really make a difference? Absolutely, Michael replied. Soccer brings people together. It teaches teamwork, discipline, and resilience. It gives us a platform to inspire and create positive change. Inspired by his words, Amina and the other children began to see soccer not just as a game, but as a means to achieve their dreams and uplift their community. Michael worked with local leaders to establish a sustainable sports program, ensuring the children had the resources and support they needed long after he left. Michael's journey with Global Sports for Good continued, taking him to different parts of the world. In each place, he saw the transformative power of sports and the universal language of kindness and perseverance. He learned from the diverse cultures and formed deep connections with the people he met. One evening, while in a small village in Peru, Michael received an email that took him by surprise. It was from Mrs. Thompson's granddaughter, Emily. She had come across his story and wanted to thank him for honoring her grandmother's memory through his work. My grandmother always believed in the power of small acts of kindness, Emily wrote. She would be so proud of what you've accomplished and the lives you've touched. Michael felt a surge of emotion. He replied to Emily, expressing his gratitude and sharing how Mrs. Thompson's note had been a guiding light in his journey. They stayed in touch, and Emily even joined one of his trips, bringing her own expertise in education to help the communities they visited. As Michael's global mission continued, he saw the impact of his work multiply. Children who had once seen soccer as a mere pastime now viewed it as a pathway to education and a better future. Communities that had struggled with limited resources found hope and unity through the sports programs he helped establish. Years passed, and Michael's vision grew. He founded the Global Youth Sports Foundation, dedicated to empowering young people worldwide through sports and education. The foundation provided scholarships, built sports facilities, and trained local coaches, creating a lasting legacy. On the 10th anniversary of the foundation, Michael stood on a stage in front of a diverse audience, reflecting on his journey. From a simple act of kindness on a bus to a global movement, he had seen firsthand the power of believing in oneself and helping others. Together, we've shown that no dream is too big and no act of kindness too small, Michael said, his voice filled with passion. Let's continue to inspire, support, and uplift each other, creating a world where every child has the opportunity to achieve their dreams. The audience erupted in applause, and Michael felt a profound sense of fulfillment. His journey had come full circle, but it was far from over. With each step, he knew he was making a difference, one act of kindness at a time. The Global Youth Sports Foundation had grown into a thriving network, touching lives in countless communities worldwide. Michael had become a renowned figure, known for his dedication and the transformative power of his work. Yet he knew that for the foundation to continue thriving, it needed to be sustained by new leadership and fresh ideas. One day, as Michael was mentoring a group of young leaders at a summit in South Africa, he noticed a young woman named Lila. She had a remarkable energy and a passion for both sports and community development. Intrigued by her enthusiasm, Michael decided to learn more about her vision. Lila, you have an incredible drive. What inspired you to get involved in this work? Michael asked during a break. Lila smiled, her eyes lighting up. Growing up in a small village, I saw firsthand how sports brought our community together. It gave us hope and a sense of belonging. I want to give that same opportunity to other children around the world. Michael saw a reflection of his younger self in Lila. He knew that she could be the perfect person to carry forward the foundation's mission. Over the next few months, Michael worked closely with Lila, mentoring her and introducing her to the various aspects of running the foundation. One evening, as they were wrapping up a strategy session, Michael broached the subject. Lila, I've been thinking about the future of the foundation. I believe you have what it takes to lead this organization. Would you be willing to take on that responsibility? Lila was taken aback, but her eyes shone with determination. Michael, it would be an honor. I've learned so much from you, and I'm ready to build on your legacy and take the foundation to new heights. With Lila's acceptance, Michael began the transition process. He introduced her to key partners, supporters, and communities they served. The Foundation's board also welcomed her with open arms, impressed by her vision and dedication. As Michael stepped back from the daily operations, he took on a new role as an advisor, always ready to support and guide Lila. He found a new sense of purpose in watching the next generation of leaders thrive and innovate. Under Lila's leadership, the Foundation expanded its reach even further. She introduced new programs focused on environmental sustainability, mental health, and technological innovation, ensuring the Foundation remained relevant and impactful in a rapidly changing world. One day, as Michael visited a community center in a remote village in India, he saw firsthand the fruits of Lila's efforts. The center was bustling with activity, children playing soccer, learning new skills, and participating in educational workshops. The community was vibrant and full of hope. Michael felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He had always believed in the power of small acts of kindness to create ripples of change. Seeing how his vision had been carried forward and expanded was the ultimate validation of his life's work. As he prepared to leave the village, a young boy ran up to him holding a worn-out soccer ball. "Mr. Michael, thank you for everything. Because of you, I believe I can achieve anything," the boy said, his eyes filled with determination. Michael knelt down and placed a hand on the boy's shoulder. "Remember, it's not just about what you achieve, but how you help others along the way. Keep believing in yourself and always be kind." The boy nodded, and Michael stood up, ready to continue his journey. He knew that the torch had been passed to capable hands, and the Foundation's future was bright. As he walked away, he felt a profound sense of peace and purpose, knowing that the legacy of kindness and perseverance would continue to inspire generations to come. Years had passed since Michael first started his journey from a simple act of kindness on a city bus to becoming a global ambassador for change. His life had been a testament to the power of believing in oneself and the impact of helping others. Now, in his later years, Michael found himself reflecting on his journey and the legacy he would leave behind. Michael sat on the porch of his home, overlooking a field where children played soccer. The Global Youth Sports Foundation had grown into a global movement, touching countless lives and fostering a spirit of unity and resilience. Lila, the young leader he had mentored, had taken the foundation to new heights, implementing innovative programs and reaching more communities than ever before. One sunny afternoon, Michael received a visit from Emily, Mrs. Thompson's granddaughter. She had become a close friend and a key figure in the foundation, helping to expand its educational initiatives. "Michael, there's something I want to show you," Emily said, her eyes twinkling with excitement. She handed him a beautifully crafted book. The cover read, "Ripples of Kindness, the story of Michael and the Global Youth Sports Foundation." Michael carefully opened the book and began to read. It was a collection of stories from people all over the world whose lives had been touched by the Foundation. Each story highlighted a unique journey, showing how the Foundation's work had inspired hope, fostered dreams, and created opportunities. Tears welled up in Michael's eyes as he read about a young girl in Brazil who had become a doctor, a boy in Kenya who had started his own community soccer program, and countless others who had found strength and purpose through sports and education. "Emily, this is incredible," Michael said, his voice filled with emotion. "Thank you for putting this together. It means more than words can express." Emily smiled warmly. "We wanted to honor your legacy and show you the impact of your work. You've created ripples of kindness that have spread across the world, touching so many lives." That evening, Michael attended a special event organized by the Foundation. It was a celebration of its achievements and a tribute to Michael's enduring legacy. Friends, family, and colleagues gathered to share stories and express their gratitude. Lila took the stage and spoke about the Foundation's future. "Michael's vision and dedication have been our guiding light. As we move forward, we will continue to uphold the values of kindness, perseverance, and community that he has instilled in us." Michael was then invited to speak. As he stood before the crowd, he felt a wave of gratitude wash over him. "Thank you all for being here and for the incredible work you've done. This journey started with a simple act of kindness, and it has shown me that we all have the power to make a difference." Let's continue to lift each other up and create a world where kindness and compassion are at the heart of everything we do." The audience erupted in applause, and Michael felt a profound sense of peace and fulfillment. He knew that his work had made a lasting impact, and that the foundation would continue to thrive long after he was gone. In the years that followed, Michael remained an active advisor and mentor, always ready to support and guide the next generation of leaders. His health eventually began to decline, but his spirit remained strong. Surrounded by loved ones, he found solace in knowing that his legacy would live on through the countless lives he had touched. One peaceful evening, as the sun set over the horizon, Michael passed away quietly in his sleep. The news of his passing spread quickly, and tributes poured in from around the world. People shared stories of how his kindness had changed their lives and inspired them to help others. Lila and Emily organized a memorial service where hundreds gathered to celebrate Michael's life and legacy. As they spoke about his journey, the impact of his work, and the values he championed, it was clear that Michael's spirit would continue to inspire and guide future generations. In the years that followed, the Global Youth Sports Foundation grew even stronger, reaching new heights and touching more lives. Michael's legacy of kindness, perseverance, and belief in the power of community lived on, creating ripples of positive change that spread across the world. And so, the story of Michael, the boy who gave up his seat for an elderly lady and changed countless lives, became a beacon of hope and a testament to the enduring power of kindness. His legacy reminded everyone that no act of kindness is too small, and that each of us has the power to make a difference in the world.